to this special broadcast. Tonight with me I've got Bailey Foord here in the Combox. Now this is just something a little bit special, a little bit on the fly. We've only just thought of it. I'm going to sit down with Bailey for a little bit of an interview while he does a bit of practice session. Jordan Dittmer here in the session as well, just to give him something to run against. So Bailey Foord, who are you to start off, mate? Where are you from? And all of that, please, Chief.
So I'm from the land down under in Australia here. Nice warm temperatures. Currently I live in New South Wales and raced in a Logitech G29 at home with a little plastic chair and generally speaking gets the job done for me, so I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Now, is this full-time gig or is this after school? Just some extra curriculum. Are you still studying full-time or?
Yeah, it's more likely as an after-school activity at the moment. I've just come through to the school holidays now, so I get a bit more free time to practice and all that. But when school is and I'm studying and looking up for all my exams coming up, so that's what takes my own priority. And fun's just sort of a pastime event, keep me focused on something else. Yeah,
and just keep your head all level-headed and all of that, and not just be focusing on school and everything else. Would you like to take this to the next step and possibly see yourself in eSports down the future?
Look, it'd be nice, but I don't think I have the time to practice. I mean, you have a look at the top guys and they're practicing a lot, like every single day, so I don't think I have that time to just be able to keep putting laps in and get quicker and quicker at the track. I'm already happy with my pace I have now. I think I'm at a level where I can compete with some top and fast blokes on the game, so yeah, I guess where I am I'm happy with, and if I do get it quicker I'll take it, but I'm not complaining with how I'm going at the moment.
Yeah, okay, so we'll get on to the season that you've had at the moment for Season 4. We'll just talk briefly about the last couple, because you joined Trans Nations in round 2 for Season 2, that is correct. At China, I think we debuted?
I was round 3. I was 1 round later than some of the newcomers that came in there, with the likes of Crossy was 7, Jay Banks was Josh.
Yep.
So I think it was a bit of a mixed calendar at the start there. They all went in at China and I came in around later at Bahrain. So.
Because Brett, some reason, changed it to a round. I think it was something to do with an early calendar or something. So Season 2, I think you finished pretty high up. I know Sebastian took the championship, your current teammate, but you finished... I think you finished top 5, didn't you, in the championship that season?
I was 4th. I locked up 4th about... would have been Hungary or something like that. I was in a pretty secure position for it.
Yep.
So that was my first season of league racing ever, and I did on the controller. So at the time when I first started, I was using what I think would have been medium traction control. I don't think I was using ABS and racing line as well. So
I don't think I've ever known you to use ABS. I do believe, you're using medium traction control. And then, Season 3, you made your way to the main game, F1 category. You didn't have the greatest of seasons there. The end of the 2018 game as such. Just talk us through quickly. That was a shortened season, but just talk us through quickly what happened there.
Yeah, so at the end of Season 2, about Mexico, was my first league race on the wheel, my Logitech G29, and I guess that Season 3 was probably a massive stepping stone to try and learn, how to get quick on the wheel and everything. So I just needed to get the season out of the way, I guess you could say. It was good practice, and I think that practice has definitely showed out in my pace this season.
Yeah, so now into Season 4, did you ever think you would be in this position after evaluations for season 4, did you ever dream that you'd be taking on the likes of John Lindenberg and Mackenzie Stewart? Josh put in a great season 3. Did you ever think you would be up here fighting at the final round this weekend at Abu Dhabi for the championship?
No, it sounds pretty scary when you say that. No, there's not a hope in hell. After season 3, my pace, I was well off. I was probably about at least second off during each qualifying session. All that, so I had nothing really behind me. But look, the new game comes out and everyone kind of starts from square one again. Everyone's in the same playing field, and yeah, I guess I've just been quite suited to this game. And yeah, I mean, to be able to race John and all those guys like that is just awesome. Like, from being badly in the midfield and all that up to personals, I'm especially what's happened in the past 10 months.
Yeah, so then we come to round 1, your home race, Australia. Qualified 3rd, I do believe, and you come away with the win. Your first win in the main game. Back then you had Josh as your teammate. Just talk us through how that felt for you to win your home race in the first race of season 4.
Yeah, to be the first Aussie to do it as well. I was, I guess you could say, fairly happy with it. It was a great step in the right direction. Hold on, Jeff is just talking and can't hear anything I'm saying. It was a great step in the right direction for the season ahead. I knew by winning that race I'd definitely have a lot of pace and all that, and I kind of knew that in evaluations, but to actually do it in a league race, come out on top, it was it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, and then round 2, Bahrain, P5. Did you think that was a bit of a wake up call? The likes of Mackenzie, Tyler Beasley, all across the line in front of you. Did you think of that maybe as a bit of a wake up call? Australia was a bit of a fluke.
Well, at Bahrain, I did get caught up in a little incident with I think it was who's Engine's teammate, Nadir.
Nadir, yep.
I got caught up with Nadir after my first stop, and I was pretty level on pace with Mackenzie and John in the first stint, but yeah, after that little incident with Nadir, I got a bit of wind damage and just had to fight back from there, really. So I guess I couldn't really take that race into consideration too much, knowing that I got a little incident was involved in it. So yeah, I guess I was just looking forward to China. I was a bit far back in the championship after that, but no, it was still a long season ahead, and I had to look into that.
Yep. You lost your teammate at Bahrain, if I do remember correctly. Josh started off as your teammate there at Renault, and then he got a better job offer at Toro Rosso, and I can't think if he got Sebastian straight away, or did he come at round 3?
He came at China. I think Josh moved to the Toro Rosso at China, actually. Bahrain was his last race in the Renault.
In the Renault, okay.
And, yeah, so Seb had obviously at China had a pretty bad race in F2, and I think he just pulled the pin on it and moved up to F1, just raced the racing line for a bit, and yeah, so he was able to have a valuable points for the team.
Yeah, so then we go to China, mate. You come out with another victory there, so you're 2 from 3. John at that stage had all 3 pole positions, but you were right there with him, pushing him all the way. I believe, if I remember correctly, China's not one of your favourite tracks of all time, but you seem to pull out the victory there.
Yeah, on 2018 I didn't really enjoy it, but then again I was on controller for the majority of that game. It's much more enjoyable on the wheel, I won't lie. I started to enjoy it a lot more once I drove it a bit more, understood the track, how it felt, everything. It was a wet race as well, actually, at the start, so it was something new. I hadn't really driven in the wet. in the game before, so I think we're all in a new situation. So, no,
And I think that was the first race the safety car come out too, because that saved John, if I do remember correctly,
yeah, he
and got him back onto the podium.
Yeah, he got wind damage in the first up of the hairpin, and as you said, the safety car came out. He was able to, put on new tyres, get in new front wing and all that. So, yeah, it saved him a little bit there, but it was interesting to see the safety car come out. It doesn't usually happen. So, yeah.
No, especially on the multiplayer side of it, even in most YouTubers' career modes, it doesn't come out all that much. So, round 4, Baku. The big talking point here was week full of practice. You've done the same strategy all week. Comes to race day, and you just seem to push those soft tyres at half a lap too long, and you got the rear puncher there, and that pretty much cost you the race from that little bit of incident. What was going through your head at that stage?
Yeah, it was a punch in the gut. I was pretty filthy, especially happened to turn 2 as well, and Baku is such a long track to try and limp around with a real left punch or whatever it was. So, I was definitely a bit more aggressive throughout the rest of that race, and I remember a little collision I think I had with Addy at the castle section, and that forced me to pit again. So it was just, it was a terrible weekend, one I had to forget, and I think that gave John about a 20-point lead in the championship or something like that after that. So from a race where I was sitting in pretty much picture perfect position, I had it in the bag, to battling for 7th. Yeah, it just wasn't my weekend.
Yeah, and I think you actually out-qualified John there at Baku as well.
Yeah, that was my first pole.
Yeah, and then we go to Spain, P2. I can't even remember who won the race. Being our pre-season circuit, you're obviously pretty comfortable around there as a track. I don't remember any big incidents, so that was a pretty exciting race from what I remember calling. But yeah, nothing overly exciting for you, maybe. Just talk us through Spain if you have any remembrances of it.
I remember I was running real high downforce setup, and compared to what John and Mackenzie were running in phones, they were running low downforce setups, and I just couldn't keep up with them in the straights. Addy and Mackenzie had an incident there, I'm pretty sure, so that kind of allowed me. I think Mackenzie definitely would have got to take a little bit in the McLaren one too, but because Mackenzie had that incident, he got forced back and forth a little bit there, so that's probably the reason I got second, and then John won by about 4 or so seconds, so we were lapping about the same pace, but without DRS, Spain's a really difficult track to match people with.
Yeah, and then we go to, I don't even want to talk about this one, the same reason you probably don't want to talk to. The city of Monte Carlo, mate, you pretty much had the race in the bag. I think, again, you out-qualified John, beat him into the end of stint 1, you were quicker at stint 2, you've just tapped the wall, got yourself a bit of wing damage, and it's cost you the race, Chief, on the last couple of laps too, of all time, to do it. Just that must have been another kick in the guts after the first street circuit incident there with a Baku. Another disappointing finish to another street circuit that you looked very strong at. Just what was going through your head then, Chief?
Yeah, it was probably one of the best quali laps I'd ever done on any F1 game. That was inch perfect, everything just works that weekend besides those last couple of laps. I don't really have too much to say about it. It's just a little, that's what Monaco does, I guess. One little, error and it cost you the race, and people aren't worried about that either. I got the slightest bit of wind damage, and you just keep understeering, hit more fences and all that, and then you end up losing more and more time to car behind each lap. So I don't know, as much as it hurt, it's something to learn on, I have to be more aware. I guess that's the note I could take out of that. And even when you think the race is over, it's just, anything can happen, and John was right there to pounce on any of my mistakes, so credits to her to him for that as well.
Yep. Now, does that show you, or do you respect the real drivers and even the top eSports drivers that are able to do that for so long, sitting in the car or sitting at a proper PlayStation area, and just to be able to focus for that long around Monaco? You know, we were pretty comfortable here in Australia. It was mid-winter, you know, so the temperatures weren't hot or anything like that, and does it just open your mind to what the real drivers have to go through on those tight street circuits?
Yeah, that's it. Like, if they're actually seeing that in real life, you know, and they feel the consequences of the impact of the wall, so that might then again give you a bit more reason to stay focused compared to what we have to. Like, we got not much consequences when we hit the wall to say, but yeah, it's a tough gig out there, and you got to credit them for what they do. Like, it's
but saying that, I reckon your gut wrench was just as much as what Ricardo's was when Red Bull it cost him that win in 2017, I think it was. So, you know, as much as you say that they've got a lot more to lose, but I reckon, you know, personal feelings cost just as much, whether or not it's sitting behind the TV or sitting behind the steering wheel. So then we go to Canada, mate. You bounce back, another win in the bag. I think there was rain at Canada, is that correct?
I think
was there a bit of rain somewhere through that race?
Qualifying. It was a wet quali. Yep, John got pole again. Yeah, so I think I had a bit more race pace than him. I remember Seb's a bit. Oh, jeez, I've just.
We hope not to see that this weekend, mate.
I remember Seb had a lot of race pace there. Actually, we were 1-2 on a safety car for some reason. I don't know what the safety car was for, but yeah, John did an extra stop than me, and I just had to maintain pace and not lose concentration like I did the weekend before that. So yeah, I came out on top that one, fortunately, and I guess had my eyes crawling back on the championship there to Jones.
And that's an interesting fact there. You said you kept your concentration. So did the week before, because you've got that horrible wall of champions there at Canada, which is just as easy to hit a wall as it is around the Monaco circuit. Did that Monaco incident just force you to concentrate that little bit harder, or try and go through the wall of champions a bit slower, or did that incident completely go out of your mind once you get back on the racetrack?
I guess once you're on the racetrack, you just forget about what's happened the previous weekend. It's a new weekend. You just look in the future, not reflect on what's happened too much in the past. But then again, Canada doesn't make up any walls. It's very easy to get time penalties around there. So I had to be aware for that this time instead of losing with the front wing or something like that. So yeah, I started to concentrate. I think I probably was a bit more focused on that race because I needed to try and reduce that gap down to John. I had a bit more reason to do it now. So yeah, it was a good weekend again, and to come out on top, it's pretty happy. First, yeah.
Then we go to France, another victory. Again, another easy circuit to get. A lot of time penalties for track extension. So yeah, just talk us through France quickly.
Yeah, I had a race on battle with the engine there. He definitely had the pace on me. He would have won that race if DRS wasn't a thing. But I guess I played my cards right. I waited, and then with the final few laps, I just bounced him, I guess. He also got 3 seconds, and I didn't have a penalty. So again, concentration coming into perspective there. But yeah, it was another good weekend, and back-to-back wins is really nice to see. I think John got 3rd or 4th there. didn't have the best of race starts and was pretty far back.
Yeah, I think he qualified pretty bad too. If memory corrects me, if memory serves me correctly. Over to Austria. This is where the McLarens really started to go a bit stronger than what we were used to seeing. Yourself has come home in P4. Sebastian let you through at the end, I think, to give you that 4th position. Is that correct? I know he did in one of the races early on. I can't remember if it was there.
It was coming into the final laps there. I was pretty far back after the turn 3 incident in lap 1 with Mackenzie. I lost a bit of ground there for that, and then in the middle of the race I had a pretty big collision actually with Guy and I don't know who the other person would have been. But yeah, I was lucky to settle the wheel, and I lost all my front wheel and had to make another stop. Yeah, coming into the final lap, I think I was chasing down Seb, Emmanuel, and Luke. It would have been Luke and Emmanuel's debut race as well at Austria. Yeah, so Seb was in 6th at the time, and he's let me through. Then I just had to focus on catching Luke and Emmanuel, who were pretty close to each other, and with DRS I was able to get past, and then Luke got to put me in the last lap to make sure I got that P4 as well. So I was pretty lucky there, especially making 2 stops compared to everyone else's 1 stop, and yeah, I was lucky to get away with 4th.
Yep. So and then we go to Britain and Germany. You've come home P1 for both of those races. Anything?
In Britain, that's probably something to state as well.
Yep.
That allowed me to catch up a lot in the championship. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, that gained you 25 points straight away there. And I think he had an incident at Germany too, didn't he? He was P4 or something.
Something happened to him. Britain was a pretty convincing race on my end. I pretty much led by about 3 seconds all race over Josh. And then Germany, I had that massive battle with Engine and Mackenzie there. So,
yeah. And then we go to Germany's Hungary. P3, that started off in wet conditions, I think, or the whole race was in wet conditions, if I remember correctly.
Nah, full dry race.
Was it?
Yep, full dry, I remember.
Okay. Obviously you remember it better than me, so yeah, anything there you want to add?
I was pretty filthy at Hungary, even though I got a podium. I let those 2 McLarens get a 1-2, and they pulled their mediums. They pulled their mediums really far into the race, and they caught me off guard. I expected them to make another pit stop, so I wasn't pushing aside. I was just sitting in their DRS, and then I got a little collision with Mackenzie, and I lost a bit of front wheel, and then I just couldn't keep up with them after that. So yeah, I was pretty angry that I didn't, react or see what they were doing earlier.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a good race. It was strategy by them. They caught me off guard, and yeah, you have to give it to them.
Yep. So just quickly to all our viewers there, if you've got any questions for Bailey that you wish me to ask at the end of these season rundown, leave them in the comment section. We have had a few people commenting, asking what is this stream all about, so I've just been replying to all them while we talk here, Bailey. But if anyone's got any questions for Bailey, Bailey's welcome to he's welcomed me to sit down with him here and ask anything that anyone wishes to ask. So if there are any questions, feel free to write them down and I'll ask them. Jordan's just picked you there for the fastest lap. So we go, you've had the summer break. In real life, they've had the summer break. We go to Belgium. You did not actually start that race. You had other personal things on, so we won't go to there. Italy. Yeah, Italy. You and Josh. I think this was the start of your and Josh's big argument. You know, it started off here and finished in Singapore. You collected with each other on both races, and yeah, there was a bit of not mean talk, but a bit of a negative talking from you both. Just talk us through your headspace through those couple of rounds.
Yeah, I mean, Josh and I are pretty good mates, so it was a bit awkward that week in between there. Italy was 100% my mistake. I mean, I was behind him and I've just gone into brake behind him and I've just outbroke myself, and both my front wheels have locked up and I just power drived him. So yeah, that's it was again a weekend to forget. I'm not sure I finished in Italy, but do you know that or?
I've got it. Did not finish, but I didn't actually confirm that, so we'll just go with that. I don't think you scored points either way, so yeah. Yeah, another big chunk. 'Cause I think John took that via penalties off Mackenzie, so yeah, so that was a big point. And then Singapore, I remember finishing the commentary with you. You've joined in the combox with the last couple of laps to go, and yeah, so you another DNF in Singapore really threw out the championship. And at that point, I do remember actually asking you if you thought that was your championship hopes gone out the window pretty much. Was that your personal belief? Did you really think that you didn't have a chance?
Yeah, I was definitely pretty negative after that weekend. It's got to be said. Just I tried different strategy and it probably wasn't the right time to try it at such an important time in the championship, you know. Yeah, I mean at the time I 100% believed that. I was all for that, you know. I was out of the championship unless John was going to miss a couple of races here and there, which he has turned out for, so a bit of luck came from that quote. But yeah, what I said there I fully believed. He had about a 40 or 30 point lead for me there.
Yeah, I think it was a 42 point.
No, he got it.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you might be right, it was 50.
Yeah, so mate,
coming into Russia, isn't it? Round 16?
Yeah. 50
so,
going into Russia.
Yeah, so
he had me on the ropes, man. Like I was out of it. I wasn't happy with how I was racing and all that, and yeah, I just wasn't enjoying it as much as I was at the start of the season.
Yeah, so then round 16 Russia, another victory for you coming out of there. So was it Russia that no?
It was full wet at Russia.
Full wet, that's right. That's because someone was going the no stop. You were the only one to make a stop, I do, but you were the first of the one stoppers anyway. So yeah, just talk us through your strategy through there, if you recall much of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred to do the no stop, but as I was getting to like near and half race and some of that, I realised my tyres weren't going to go to the end, so for the rest of the race I just put my head down. I knew I could throw everything up, just push for the rest of the race, so yeah, that's what I did, and it was pretty difficult to overtake all the other cars in the wet, but the outright traction I had on them and all that made it pretty easy. So yeah, that's the race where Seb did let me through.
That's right. Yeah, because that was Renault's first 1-2 for the season. Yep. So yeah, I do remember now. There was a big talking point off stream. There was a big talking point of maybe Seb letting you through, but Seb come out and said, "No, look, he was doing the no stop. You'd already had fresh tyres on, and there wasn't really a opportunity for him to block you anyway." So yeah, off stream that was the talking point, but we won't get too bogged down on that. Japan, you've come back, you're taking points out of John. Japan, you've been absolutely murdered by Engine, I think, who was on a different strategy to you and Josh. You and Josh were battling for the lead, and Engine's brake checked at 130R and cost you wing damage. Oh, Yevgeny, sorry. And then that pretty much demised you for a DNF. I think you actually binned it on purpose, but yeah, just talk us through that.
Yeah, look, I was running with Josh basically net the entire first stint. It would have been interesting to see how the race went in something similar, but yeah, saying you've done a brake check, there's probably I don't know, there's probably, he didn't really brake check me, he just tried to stay on the track. 130, I was one of those corners you don't really want to go too wide in, and I can tell by his brakes, so he's just let Josh through, but me being behind him isn't the best place for it, so yeah, I got wing damage, and yeah, that was my race over, unfortunately. So John got 8th there, I think, so he got a few points in there.
Yeah, I think that was the second race where John didn't actually turn up for qualifying, so he started at the back with Tyler Beasley and never really made as much ground as what he did at Russia. But just talking about that bit of front wing damage, I do remember saying in the com box that we were surprised that you didn't come in as early as it happened. What was, I know you were talking with your teammate, but what was going through your head then, and were you thinking championship at that stage?
Oh yeah, straight away I was thinking championship. That's all I could be thinking towards the final rounds, like we're at now. Everything depends on the championship, and when something happens like that, it sucks because you're not necessarily racing for the win as much as I needed it. Second place is also a real good spot where I can gather some important points on John, but yeah, it hurt. I mean, I thought about going in, but if I went in, I was just going to come out way too far back to do anything. Softs wouldn't have made it to the end from that stage as well, so I was in a pretty tight scenario where I've used all medium tyres. And
the hards are rubbish to actually race on.
Yeah, that's it. So I thought I might as well help my teammate out and try to hold up the field a bit, bunch it all up, make the race a bit more interesting. After that, then I put in a new set of softs and got past the slap. So yeah, bit of a disappointing race, but I had to try to get my head up for the rest of the season.
Yeah, which you quite literally did. Round 18 at Mexico and 19 at USA, you come home with the victories. USA was pretty comfortable from what I remember. Or was that Mexico? No, Mexico you had a bit of a battle, I think.
Yeah, with Josh.
Yeah, just talk us through those 2 weekends, if you remember anything of them.
Yeah, so Mexico, Josh and I were in each other's DRS for the entire race, basically. He just got a bit more penalties than me, and I guess that kind of, once you get penalties, you drop your head a bit and just kind of see the position. You don't try to fight the one ahead too much, and you just, see how much you try and pull time from the cars behind so you don't get mugged by them. So, yeah, I think after the penalties, Josh just sat in my DRS a bit, and we just kind of kept driving. So, as much as it sounds easy, I still had to make sure I wasn't getting any of those penalties. So, it was a good race to win, and something good to move on to Mexico. Not Mexico, USA.
Onto USA, yeah. USA was the first round of Andrew Lee coming in. There was a big talking point about that, but that's for later on. I think you actually come home with that quite comfortably with Mackenzie in P2. I think it was about 20 seconds if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, pretty comfortable win there at USA.
Yeah, they were all battling the entire race, and myself with the clean air, I was just able to pull away. I got 3 seconds at the end there. I think, yeah, it was I was happy with our race. Everything on purpose as well.
Yep, and then this morning's race, round 20, Third position after Manuela's car was actually AI driven, not player controlled, so he's been scrapped if he's third. So come home P3 in a wet interrupted race. Just talk us through that.
Yeah, I was. No, I think I got P4 because Izzat got P3. Oh no, sorry.
No, Izzat got P2 and Tyler won it because Andrew won on track, but he's not scoring points, so he gets demoted to P last pretty much. So yeah, you did come home P3, mate.
Yeah, I made a huge mistake actually putting on those wet tyres. Jeff at the time told me it was the right time to go, and next lap he said, "Oh, this is probably quicker now," and I've gone, "Wow, alright." So I had to sit through with finishing race on the wets, the slow from behind, and I was lucky not to drop position to Josh or anyone behind me, and still gathered some good points in P3. Yeah,
but Josh was in your same boat anyway, and that's actually interesting you say that, because the AI come in with you and Josh to do a wet tyre strategy, and they didn't box either for inters, so it's usually a good sign if the AI are doing the exactly same as what you're doing. So yeah, but I think that was one of your worst qualifyings, P6 in qualifying today. Just not the right setup, or you weren't confident?
Yeah, the lap just wasn't nailed how I probably would have liked it, and yeah, thankfully you don't earn any points in qualities or in the race, so still had a 36 laps to look ahead and try and make some good positions there.
And I do believe as a big talking point, first time you were out qualified by your teammate 20 rounds into the...
He got me USA as well.
Oh, okay, so the second time being out qualified by your teammates. So yeah, and then this weekend Abu Dhabi, we've just been watching you for near on 40 minutes now drive around the track. Obviously not showing your true pace just yet. What's your ambitions for this weekend? You're 20 points in front at the championship at the moment, so if John wins you've got to finish P6, I think it is. So are you coming in still wanting the victory, or are you just going to try and consolidate to win the championship?
Yeah, as I said this morning, I want to win. I want to come across the line first and be TNF1 champion as well. That's the picturesque thing I can think of, but if it doesn't go that way, consolidate P6 or whatever it is, and just become push champion. So yeah, that's the plan going ahead, and I'll have to see what everyone else's pace is, see what happens.
Alright, so that's a round run up there with Bailey Foord. Now Bailey, just going back through everything we've talked through, have you got a highlight of your season so far?
Race 1, that has set me up completely for this season, and without that win, I don't think I would have had the same mentality as I did going through every other race the rest of the season. So yeah, I think definitely Australia being my first F1 win, all that was a pretty significant event for me. So yeah, Australia.
And your worst part of the career of the season? I know it's a dire question, but the viewers would want to know what would be your toughest part of the season so far. Probably not your worst, your toughest to swallow.
I would say Monaco, but it is definitely Singapore. To go 50 points back in the championship with less than half the season to go, that really hurt, and especially when the gap between us at most, I think, got to about 28 points or something like that. So
yeah, it was doubled that. It was pretty close. Yeah.
It doubled that in one race, and mate, I tell you what, I wasn't in a good position there, mindset.
Okay, so now we'll go to season 5. Can you either confirm nor deny Brett Keenan actually threw this little Easter egg at us at your press conference earlier this morning. Are you looking at changing teams for season 5, or will Renault be wanting to hand out a new contract?
You know what? I'd prefer a better teammate than a bad team, so I don't know. I'll have to see what some other people are doing, and we might see driver transfer, or they might come here. So, cars open at the moment. I'm gonna have to wait and see who we're going to go with.
And if you come home champion this weekend, you will get first pick of car of your choice. For the, I'm assuming you're going to stick around for the F1 category season 5. Yep. So yeah, you'll get first car choice. Well, the first contract signing. So yeah, that will be good to say. Josh Banks has just come out and said, just say it. So. Anything else you want to add there, Bailey? Yeah, after this absolutely amazing season that you've had so far, and with one race left, anything else you want to add?
Nah, mate, I think we've covered everything there was to go over. Been a good season. I can hold my head up high whether I come first or second this weekend. So yeah, I'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I'm stoked with what's happened this season and looking forward to the next one.
We'll just talk a little bit more about season 5. Who do you think will be? I know it's very early, and from the pace that we've got at the moment, I don't think there's any big rule changes in the F1 tier. But who do you think is going to be up there at the front with yourself and John in season 5?
Well, I know like the likes of Andrew and a few other good drivers coming through. So I don't know. I think they're that one step ahead of me that I'm not really at yet, and with school and all that, you know, balancing the two isn't the easiest thing to do. So yeah, we'll have to see what my pace is compared to theirs. But yeah, I'm definitely going to give it my best shot next season and see how I go against them.
Okay, so there's no questions here on the YouTube stream. So thanks again, Bailey, for sitting down with us, mate. We'll let you get off to bed, as it's 10:30 over there at the moment in New South Wales. So yeah, we'll let you jump off now, mate, and go to bed. And we'll see you at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix next Sunday. So thanks again to yourself, Bailey. Hang on, we've just... Oh no, that's Joshua Banks being silly. Yeah, thanks again, mate, for sitting down with us, and thank you to all our viewers for watching. Hit the like button if you like this sort of content, and I'll try and sit down with most of the F1 grid. There's contact there. Is that something that we might see this weekend, Bailey? So yeah, and if there's any drivers that you wish me to sit down and have an interview with, please leave in the comment section below. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again, Bailey, for joining us, and we'll catch you all next weekend.
Cheers, that's good.
Robin Kreft has asked to crash at the end, mate. Sorry, Robin, but all damage is turned off, mate.
Let's see if we can run with it.